In the second part of our seminar, we're going to look at example 2 here. We're supposed to find the measure of angle 1 if we're told the measure of angle 2 is 58 degrees and the measure of angle JKL is 162 degrees. Well, when you have a problem like this, you really need to draw the picture and then label what you know. We know angle 2 is 58 degrees, so I'm going to put 58 degrees here. And we know angle JKL is 162, so I'm going to put 162 degrees for the whole angle. Well, we're going to use the angle addition postulate, which says, we're going to say the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2, well, that's going to be the measure of angle JKL. Looking at that visually, angle 1 plus angle 2 equals the whole thing. Well, now let's substitute. We don't know angle 1, so I'm going to leave that. Instead of writing angle 2, we're going to write 58 degrees equals, instead of writing JKL, we're going to say 162 degrees. Well, now we just do the algebra. Let's subtract 58 from both sides. So then we get the measure of angle 1 equals, well, 12 minus 8 is 4, and 5 minus 5 is 0 equals 104 degrees. Notice that would be choice C on this multiple choice item. Here we have kind of something we kind of did in the last chapter, but now we're going to look at 2 theorems. It says the supplement theorem, and it says, hey, if 2 angles form a linear pair, then they're supplementary. So in other words, you have 2 angles that are next to each other, and they make a straight line. We know those 2 angles by definition are supplementary. And if you're doing that in the proof, the reason is going to be supplements theorem. Remember, I don't like you, and I don't want you to use numbers. Don't write theorem 2.3 or theorem 2.4. Write down the names of them. Okay? Complement theorem, kind of the same thing, only deals with complementary. That is, if 2 non-common sides of 2 adjacent angles form a right angle, then the angles are complementary. So we're given, if you have 2 angles that form a right angle, we know these 2 angles are complementary. Let's apply that to example 3. It says at 4 o'clock, the angle between the hour and the minute hand of a clock is 120 degrees. When the second hand bisects the angle between the hour and the minute hand, what are the measures of the angles between the minute hand and the second hands and between the second hand and the hour hand? Well, let's draw a picture. Picture is worth 1,000 words. So we have this clock, and then we're going to draw in 4 o'clock. So here's the center and then 4 o'clock. And we're told this angle is 120 degrees. And it says when the second hand bisects the angle, so we're going to draw in the angle bisector here, like so. I want to know the measures between the angle between the minute hand and the second hand, and between the second hand and the hour hand. So this is my minute hand, and this is my hour hand. Well, bisect means cut in half. So if that whole angle is 120 degrees, we know each of these must be 60 degrees. And that's your answer. Each angle is 60 degrees. Let's write that in a complete sentence. So each angle is 60 degrees.